So I made a video prior to this one where basically I was just talking about the Elo hammer and like let me switch to it. This was before I went in PvP and used it myself. Now I'm gonna be playing multiple clips of what happened in PvP because like in the original video that I recorded, I didn't have any PvP clips because I didn't have PvP stats. Like I I had no PvP stats. So I was like, alright, judging from how the hammer looks and the skills, this looks like it would be a good weapon. Until I actually went into PvP and used it. But yeah, let me start off this video the right way though. This is going to be a series that I hopefully it goes well. But I want to just start up like a series on weapon review. Now, I feel like weapon reviews is it's interesting because I'm gonna be showing you, well, not showing you, but I'm just basically going to be reviewing a weapon and whatever I like about it, the cons and pros about it. I'll try and show some combos. I can't promise that for all of them because I'm not the best at PvP, which we'll probably see in some of the clips. But yeah, this weapon review, I'm probably gonna be covering three main things like looks, the skills, and how you can use the weapon in PvP or how it, is in PvP. So since we're doing it like that, let's start off with looks for this hammer. Now, I like the idea behind it, like a sledgehammer for an Easter event. It's really cool. Like the animations for the moves are cool too. The way that I just like the colors. It's just a really nice hammer. And as you can see, I have some type of blue fit going on. Don't worry about it. I just really wanted this armor after I finally got it. I'm gonna be sticking with this armor for a while, but yeah, if we're just rating this hammer off of looks, you can't even lie. This is a really clean looking weapon. I kind of like it with hockey on too. It's slick black and it's like all around. It's just a really good looking weapon. So I'm also gonna be rating stuff out of 10, and if I'm rating this hammer out of 10 for looks wise, I'm honestly going to give it like an 8 or a 9 at most out of 10. But let's just say an 8 to be solid. So yeah, this hammer, it looks really nice. Now, the two moves that come with this hammer, Pounding Festival and Elo Smash. Elo Smash, it's the guard break. You just sway your hand back and you come forward and just do a smash. The rocks show the hitbox for all skills. It's the same thing with my PK kick. That's the hitbox for it. So the rocks show the hitbox for all skills. As you can see by Elo Smash, it has a nice hitbox. It's like Karabachi Smash in some type of way, but it's shorter because it's a hammer. And the second move, Pounding Festival, it's a grab. You just lunge, like a small lunge forward, and you just start doing like, I think 6 consecutive hits on somebody with the hammer. It's a really nice move. Now, like I said before, I'm gonna have clips of me PvPing up on the screen while I just talk about the weapon in general. What you're most likely seeing inside the clips is me either selling or just how much damage I'm doing with the hammer, which is another problem that I want to talk about with it. If you look at my stats, I have 305 in Sword Mastery and I only do 26 per hit with max hockey on. That means that the scaling for this weapon is actually terrible, even though it's a sledgehammer. So that's really like a downside towards this weapon. Back to the skills for this weapon, it's like the skills for this weapon are really good. Now, as I showed you before, it has a nice hitbox, both of them guard break, which is what I also want to talk about. Smash that hammer, smash this target. It's in all caps, but yeah, both of these skills are a guard break, so that's really good because if somebody's right in front of you, it has like, it goes out until the ping thing, so it has a really good hitbox to guard break somebody. I think I did a combo where I just knocked them away, then used Elo Smash, and it still hit them from the distance that they got pushed back. It's a really good weapon, and I mean it's a really good skill. My bad. And for Pounding Festival, I was trying to do an air combo inside the video to hit it, but I wasn't able to do an air combo because I just couldn't land it off. They were always either getting on my M1s or there just wasn't enough hit stun. But Yeah, you should usually just do green M1s, and then after that you can use pounding festival. They can't block it because it's a guard break, and you just basically get free damage. It works inside the air. You can try and hit it on the ground, but I wouldn't recommend trying to do that unless they're just holding F and you want to get off easy damage. So those are the two skills. Now, how it fares in PvP, I would say is honestly, let's save that for the last part. Let's talk about some pros and cons for this hammer. Now, a pro that I would say for this hammer is that both skills guard break. That's like really nice. Honestly, having a grab skill that guard breaks and a nice slam down skill that guard breaks, like, it's really nice. It has good AoE, nothing's wrong with it. The cooldown isn't too long, but this is inside regular game mode. All cooldowns are increased in arena, but the cooldown isn't too long. But yeah, having both skills guard break is really a plus for any weapon. So that automatically is a pro for this hammer. It's just nice in general. Another pro I would say is the range. It doesn't have the most range. Honestly, to me, it's like Trident, but the hammer has nice range. So that's another pro. But me personally, I honestly believe that there's more cons to this hammer than there is pros. Now, if you have this weapon and you use it yourself, you honestly might, or maybe it's just me, but you honestly might see how slow the hitting speed is, or should I say the striking speed. I don't know, to me, when I was M1ing with this hammer inside the clips, you will see it's like they were able to move inside my M1 either because there was enough hits done, or I just messed up my combo, or honestly I really don't know how to explain it. But what I know is that multiple times when I was M1ing people with this hammer, they would either just slip out my combo or just attack midway through it, and you know, it's annoying. Like, that's really it. It's just really annoying to have. So I would say that like the striking speed on this is not the best. It really isn't. That's a con. I wouldn't call this one a con. I would honestly just call it balancing. But whenever you're using a skill, you have no hyper armor. Now, if you don't know what hyper armor means, it's basically as if I was to try and do something and I was to get hit, it would not cancel the skill. So what I'm telling you is that whenever you try to use a skill, if you're hit midway between it, you will, like, the skill, it will just go on cooldown and it wouldn't do anything. It would just put it on cooldown, no damage, no nothing. Now, that's not really a con, it's more like balancing, but I honestly think that it probably could have had one skill that has hyper armor on it. I don't know, maybe I'm just wanting the hammer to get buffed, but yeah, none of the skills have hyper armor. I'm sure that I played some type of clip on the screen where I showed you me using it, but yeah, it's just really irritating when you try to M1 somebody and they just like, or not when you try to M1, but whenever you try to use a skill and they just hit you and then the skill cancels. It's just, yeah. But I feel like the biggest problem with this hammer, which is the most important con, is the damage scaling. Now, if you look here, I have 305 points with max Musou Hockey, and the hammer only does 26 damage at most. When I switch to Trident, I do 30. When I switch to Kiribachi, I do 32. It's honestly just this hammer. Like, the damage scaling is so bad on it that I like, at first when I was using it, I thought that Foyi maybe just messed up, but I don't know. You just want to think that a sledgehammer would be so weak. Like, it's weaker than a Trident. Well, sledgehammer or Trident in real life, I don't know, but yeah, like the damage scaling on this weapon, it's not the best. So when you try to M1 people, and if you look at my HP right now, I have over 1k HP. I feel like most builds that people go for will tend to have over 1k HP, so having a weapon only doing 26 per hit with max hockey and 300 points into it, that means after what, your regular 5 M1 combo, I'm only going to be doing like around 132 damage for you from just some certain M1s, which really is not the best. Now, enough with the cons and pros. I'm going to show you how I used it in PvP. I wasn't talking during it because honestly, I just didn't enjoy myself while using this weapon. I've been playing the clips throughout the whole entire video, so you must have seen it by now, but I'm gonna play this specific one where I literally had to switch midway through the match because of how bad it was. I was fighting a mirror spammer and he was just running and running and running, and I just got fed up, so I switched off this hammer to Trident, and then I proceeded to win the match. Because, like, I'm sorry, but this weapon, it just, maybe it's just me and it's just a skill issue, but I'm sure that other people seen it. This weapon, it's just not the best. Honestly, to me, it's pretty mediocre. If I'm rating it overall, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 at most. Honestly, I feel like I want to say 5, but there's some ways to work around it. Now, I'm gonna show you something which I feel like you could do it with any type of weapon, but alright, you see I have this hammer. Let's say that I want to use elo smash and like I don't want them to, you know, hit me so that it cancels the skill due to me not having hyper armor. I feel like every player should know this, but you can honestly GPO, hold the skill inside the air, and then just let it go. And as long as you let it go when you're on the floor, it will still do like the animation of damage. It's the same thing for Pounding Festival, or kind of, but you can just use the skill in the air. Like I press E, I GPO, press E, then boom, it just does elo smash on the floor. It's a good way to catch your enemy off guard. It's quick. At least the guard break moves don't have a lot of wind up time, so that's honestly good. I think there was a fight where I was fighting a Pika user and I just GPO'd over to him, elo smash on the floor, guard broke him, and then proceeded to just combo him. As you can see, like, there is definitely ways to use this hammer and make it good. It's just that you don't do enough damage to like solidify your win, honestly. So if you're looking for my recommendation on this hammer, if you're asking me should you use it, I'm honestly going to say no, but you should get it and try it out yourself, because at the end of the day, this is just my opinion on the hammer. Me personally, as a player who uses Pika, I want a weapon that's like fast, I can get off quick damage, and it has good skills, which is why I use Trident. But me as a Pika player, or just a player in general, this weapon honestly does not feel like it's for me. Like, it's not bad, but at the same time, it's not good or the best, which is what you would want it to be. If you're looking for a weapon recommendation from me, I highly recommend Trident.